All right, so this week, let's do a quick review. So this week we started by finding the factors, right? List all the factors from smallest to largest. Okay, so gotta find out all the factors of 45. We said the factors are numbers that multiplied equals something. In multiplication, the numbers that we multiplied are called factors, and the result is what we call product, right? You guys have heard the word product before. Again, factors are the numbers that get multiplied. The result is called product. Okay, so we're finding the factors. So what numbers multiplied equals 45? I'm gonna make two lists. My list on the left are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as far as I need to go. So and then I'm gonna do multiplication, and there's gonna be a list on the right. My list on the right increases, or in this case, goes down, decreases according to the list on the left. What I want us to focus here is the list on the left, the first numbered, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way until there's a repetition of numbers. Let me see. So we're gonna do first multiplication. So can I do 1 times something equals 45? Yeah, I can do 1 times 45. Then I check 2. Can I go 2 times something equals 45? If we're not sure, we do division to double check. 45 divided by 2. In order for this to be a factor, I'm not going to include decimals, right? So don't say no 22.5. No decimal. So 45 divided by 2 gives me a decimal. So no, 2 is not a factor to 45. Then how about 3? Can I think of 3 times something equals 45? And yeah, 3 times 15. We cannot think about it, do division. 45 divided by 3. That's how you can check. 4 is not a factor. 4 doesn't work, but then 5 times 9. Okay. So in red, we're going to see my work. Now in blue, let me answer this. Right. 6, 7, and 8 don't work. 6, 7, and 8 are not factors of 45. So there, I have all the factors, all the possible multiplication that equal to 45. I'm going to list them from small to large. So my answer would be 1, 3, 5, 9, 15, and 45. One thing, when you guys type this in, make sure you don't forget there's a comma in between the numbers. You guys see my comma here. And make sure you don't forget there's a space after each comma. Not at the end, not after 45, right? There's nothing after 45, just after each comma. Okay, let's take a look at number 63. Again, let me use red for work. So multiplications that equal to 63. 1 times 63. 2 is not a factor because I cannot go 2 times something, right? 63 divided by 2 gives me a decimal. So, but I can go 3. 3 is a factor. Now, you're not quite sure which number. Do a division backwards. 63 divided by 3 gives you 21. So that means that 3 times 21 is 63. 4 is not a factor. 5, 6 are not a factor, but 7 is. I can go 7 times 9. All right. I have all my factors there. So my answer will be 1, 3, 7, 9, 21, and 63. I want you to know what a factor is. Okay. Now that we know what factors are, then I moved on. Let me take a look at question number 19. List all the common factors from smallest to large of each. So for smallest to largest, I meant to say that. So let me find my factors of 48. Right, I can give you a list of 2 numbers or a list of 3 numbers or as many numbers as I want, but I'm going to do a list of 2. So let me find all the factors of 48. So I'm going to go 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12. 5 doesn't work, but then 6 times 8. So we can see all the factors of 48, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24, and 48. Now let me find my factors of 36. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and then 6 times 6. Okay, so now here it says all the common factors. So common factors, it means it's a factor of 48 and a factor of 36. So 1 is a common factor. 2, 3, and 4. Again, I'm looking for numbers that are factors of 48 and 36. It has to be in both. Then we have 6. Then we have 12. And that's it. So common factor means it's factors of 48 and also of 36. And it's factors of all of them. Now let's take a look at number 20. My factors of 45 are going to be, let's see, 1 times 45. Let me write my 5 a little bit better. Then 3 times 15. Then 5 times 9. My factors of 6 are going to be 1 times 6 and then 2 times 3. All right, so in blue, let me see the list. So 1 is a factor, and then 3, and that's it. Okay, so common factor. So I pushed in this week, I pushed for what common factors, what does that mean? Common factor means that it's in both, okay? And then towards the end of the week, I pushed for the greatest common factor. So, okay, so the quiz, as a matter of fact, the quiz tomorrow is going to be pushed a lot for greatest common factor. What I'm going to do, to not get confused with my work on number 19, let me do my work for number 21. Let me do the work in blue, and the answer is going to be in red. Okay, so first of all, let me find all my factors of 27. So 1 times 27, 3 times 9, and that's it. Let me find my factors of 45. 1 times 45, 3 times 15, and then 5 times 9. Let me find my factors of 36. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and then 6 times 6. Okay, so greatest common factor. So I just gonna do one factor. First of all, it has to be a common factor, but I'm looking for the biggest of all, right? There's many common factors. I'm looking for the biggest. So to begin with, I see a common factor, 3. Okay, can I find something bigger than that? Yeah, I see 9. Okay, can I find something bigger than that? No. So my answer will be 9. Right, from all the common factors, I just want to know which one's the greatest, the biggest common factor. Greatest common factor. Okay, my case here, question number 21, I didn't have letters, so that's fine. But then I also introduced you to letters. So number 22, we're going to include letters. To begin with, again, let me do in blue, let me do the work. To begin with, let me find the greatest common factor of my numbers. I'll deal with the letters at the end. So 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and then 5 times 6. For 32, my factors of 32 are going to be 1 times 32, 2 times 16, 4 times 8, and that's pretty much it. For 48 are going to be 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, and then 6 times 8. So greatest common factor. Like I said, worry about the numbers for right now. Okay, do I find a common factor? Okay, I see 2. Do I find anything bigger than that? No. Okay, so number-wise, 2. Now letter-wise, I'm gonna look at X. In order for me to include X in my answer, they should all have an X. Okay, in order for me to include X in my answer, they should all have an X, which they do. Now, when there's different X's, I see X to the second, X to the 1, X to the 1. I'm going to include the smallest exponent. So X to the 1, which is just basically just X, right? All right, now let me compare Y's. I see this, they all have a Y. So in order for my answer to have a Y, they should all have a Y, okay? Now, when there's a difference, I see Y to the 1, Y to the 1, Y to the 2. It's going to be the smallest exponent. So Y, oops, again, I got confused there. So Y to the 1, right? I'm going to use the smallest exponent. And that's it.